Hey, what's up YouTube? Scavager here, and we're back on day 45 of our little fun 100 player fan game series. So the game really is coming to an end, and we're getting to the point now where we're starting to divvy up the remaining land and just get a coalition across the line to end it. A lot of the guys in the game have got other stuff going on, like myself, so we're not too keen on fighting it out and just looking for the most peaceful resolution possible. So we're currently targeting inactive players, scares across the line. As we can see, Rog, New England, has pushed up into first place by taking out the inactive South Africa, which control basically all of Africa. So, I mean, yeah, that's chucked them up an extra 700 points. Without that, we'd still be in first. Now, I mean, at this point, we're not going to be able to contend it without extending the game, and that's something I don't have time to do. I could contend, could challenge him, but that would be a horrible idea. So what would happen if I did that is I'd attack them, I'd end up in a war with them, and it would be a war that none of us, especially me, would have time to fight. So instead of going down that route and really suffering ourselves up, we're going for the peaceful option. And at least this way, New Zealand still wins the game. Just not in first, but as part of a coalition victory. So I mean, without me, they can't win. Easy as that. So that's what's happening at the moment. Recently, Illinois went inactive, and unless he returns, we're going to have to take out a lot of the remaining inactive players. So if he comes back, we can cross the line, but if he doesn't, we're in a bit of a pickle. If we have a look here, you can see that we're about 400 points off, but between the players remaining, there isn't 400 points. So Illinois might have to disappear pretty quickly. So yeah, these are all the players left that we can really eat up. Romania is active. South Mexico is active, and we don't want to eat them up. And that doesn't leave us with too much. We're currently eating up Tibet at the moment. We could shave some away from these guys, but I mean, I spent a lot of time rebuilding these two in Timber Rock down here. I'm not too keen, you know, just let them go that easy. Saying that though, all of them except this guy have gone inactive, so it might be time to take that back, but I'm not sure about it. Hopefully they'll get active soon, and you know, I didn't build them for nothing. So we'll see about that. Anyway, so at the moment, like I said before, we're currently taking on Mongolia. I called it Tibet earlier. So yeah, we're currently fighting Mongolia. And we're doing actually okay. Now, we have lost some units, and that's just because, due to how busy I've been and just been marching my troops all over the place. And a few ran into this group up here, which was originally 9 anti-tank guns, a few artillery pieces, and a few infantry, but we managed to take it down. We did lose an army, but we're slowly bombing it out and dealing to it pretty quickly. Due to our air superior... Oh, okay. Oh, come on. That's going to be an issue. What can I do about that? I could drop a nuke close. I have nuclear bombers in the area. I could drop nuclear bombers close by, but then would that be in range? I need this troop here to march. Okay. So what if I got much into to be in range? What I'm thinking about is if I, based on how the AI works most of the time, if I move within range of it and attack that unit right there, which doesn't look like I'll be able to do, it will march towards the unit that attacked it. It generally does it, not all the time, but what happens then, if I do that, I can then drop a nuke on a weaker unit, and the nuke will drop, it will not be destroyed, and it will go off. Because at the moment, there's 8 anti-air guns there, and for all of us that did our basic maths, 8 times 5 is 40. I hope I got that right. 8 times 5 is 40, and if we have a look at how much nuclear bombers have, they don't have all that much hit points, so they'll destroy 1. So, I think what I'm going to do is, let's retreat that, and not attack with that. What we're going to do is we're going to sacrifice a few aircraft. So let's fly that up to there, and then I'll group it up with 1 interceptor and 1 tactical bomber, and then they will help absorb the hit, and I'll still nuke it. I'll nuke it. Like, I mean, that's not too hard of a target to hit. I could just stack up the infantry and go in there, or I could just shell it out, to be honest. That also works. Yeah, just thinking about my options at the moment. So let's just actually attack that and see if we can draw any of it out. Yeah, there we go, 22 on the way. Well, that makes it slightly easier, so let's fall back because we are now on defense. So we'll let that large stack there come forward and attack. And this is actually probably now the best case scenario. As we can see, it's marching forwards, and anti-tank guns and anti-air guns really do suck at attack. As we can see here, the 3 that are sending forwards will be attacking with 1, the anti-aircraft guns will be attacking with 1 as well. So right there we have the potential for 11 hit points of damage off an attack. We can also see that his infantry, which is actually kind of competent, has an ability to attack with 4.5, so that right there almost doubles or more than doubles the anti-can attack with. But the militia being a militia is absolutely shit, and as we can see, it is attacking with just about as much as the anti-tank guns, because it is militia, it sucks. So we would expect that. Now, me on the other hand, I have a bit of an advantage. I've got an armor unit in my stack, which is going to help spread out that damage. I've also got some elite level infantry, which will defend with 9, and I've got my own anti-tank guns and anti-air guns. So I'm going to hold back, I'm going to stay on the defense, and I might kind of quickly get a fortification up in the area. Probably not. But I mean, it's either that or I retreat back further and draw it further back. Which I'm not too keen to do. But this also, actually, can I get into the area quickly, does allow me to do what I had planned earlier. Due to the fact he's left that there, I can attack that and drop the bomb on it, and my nuclear bombers will not be destroyed. But because this unit here should still be in range, I might have the ability to actually hit it. So I don't think I can get there in time, but that's the only issue. It's getting 19 minutes to reach there. Anyway, well, that was an option. So if we zoom out quickly and we have a look at the rest of the world and not get too tied up in that fight, we can see that we actually control a large amount of territory in Asia, and we're actually doing really, really well, except for the part where we're not winning. Apart from that, we're doing really, really well. If we come over here, we can see that Pakistan is still in the fight and is still giving it a good time, although he's really struggling to deal with New South Wales raids, which he keeps pulling off. You'd expect him to be able to do a little bit better than that. So, that's what's happening there at the moment. If we come over into Europe, we can see that Romania is still doing okay. He's still in the fight, but I think, okay, so he's actually been taken out at the moment. That's not very nice. That's not very nice at all. He must have gone inactive at some point, which wouldn't have been surprising. And, when you go inactive, you get taken out, guys. Don't go inactive. So as we can see, Europe is under our control, or the control of the Americans. Libya is inactive, so he'll be buying the bullet pretty soon. South Africa is under our control as well, which is pretty awesome to see. However, it's going to struggle with morale. If we have a look at that at the moment, we can see that the morale is pretty low. I doubt it's going to get any higher without him capturing capitals to keep that up. So New England's going to have a little bit of an issue with that. But with the game ending reasonably soon, that shouldn't be too big of a deal. We head over into America, South America. Nothing's changed. This is still South America. We move up into North America. It's the same as it was for like day 10. So, that's your America for you. And if we come back on down, it's New Zealand and Australia. Core territory. Anyway, so while we're here, we'll basically just end the episode with what are we building and what are we training. We're training a massive amount of infantry, and that's so we can get a slice of Pakistan. Pakistan might be active, but I kind of want to take him out just because our coalitions were at war earlier. So as we can see, I've got this massive stack of troops right here, and I'm building it off and I'm going to disperse it along the front. Had I had more time, I would have set the troops off to go to rally points along the border, and instead of doing this, because this is slow and this is... If I get counterattack right now, all my troops are here and I've got nothing on my flanks up here and up here, so generally this is a bad idea, but I'm not worried about Pakistan attacking me or the damage it could do, so I'm not concerned about that. In terms of what we're building, we can see that we are investing a lot in infrastructure upgrades to our economy to give us the rear production to produce more nukes while continuing research, as well as to our oil, so we can build infrastructure upgrades faster. If we come on down, we can see that we're also building quite a few industrial complexes, once again, to boost oil production. We're still spending a little bit on food, but not as much as we were. these are basically the last few upgrades finishing off. Once they do finish off though, I am going to have to invest more in food because we are going to, in the coming days, attack Pakistan. And even once we tune off the barracks we've got going, we're going to need a lot more food to be able to hold on to that territory. So, you know, a lot of infrastructure upgrades there. We're also building fortifications, and I have prioritized these in oil-producing provinces, but I think there are still some building. Nope, I must have stopped those. I had some building in non-core territories and just all over the place just to make sure morale stays high. I'm going to have to do another batch of those pretty soon. At the moment, though, we're low on goods, so if we come into here, better than nothing. We can buy some, but we can't really buy enough at this point. I wonder if we got any oil on sale. Good, got some oil, let's grab some of that, let's grab some rare material, and then I can buy that nuclear bomber I wanted to buy earlier. So if we come into our building queue, find our nuclear reactor, and start another nuclear bomber, and yeah, we're all good to go. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode, which I think it's this last time, could be the last.